guys, Donna here with your weekend mini reading for Saturday, March 7th and Sunday, March 8th. We're almost done with Mercury in retrograde. It goes direct on Monday. We also have a super full moon. This is about boundaries and making sure that we're holding our boundaries. And also it's about us doing self-care, especially right now during this time of a high outbreak of the virus. We want to make sure that we're just taking care of ourselves, keeping our immune system high. I learned a long time ago in a yoga class that you can thump your thymus like this. And I also do my adrenals to help naturally boost my immune system. Plus, wash your hands, be diligent about just being careful of touching something and then touching your face. So we can try to keep this as minimal as possible and not spread it if we can. It's, I think, an inevitable that it will come to pass, but eventually our immune systems will adjust to that. And the more that you can stay healthy and just keep doing the right things, then I think that avoiding panic and fear is really the greatest way to combat this, is to stay centered and try to just really be within yourself and not get pardon me, not get caught up in the fear, the mass fear that's happening right now globally. All right, so let's get started. I am choosing again Oracle of the Fairies by Karen Kay, and we're going to see what our guys have for this weekend. So Mercury is about to finish. We have a full moon on Monday. So let's see if they're going to give us any good advice. I'm calling in St. Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel. Okay, there's Saturday. Now let's see what Sunday comes. Sunday. I don't know about you. It's raining where I am and it's kind of chilly, but it's not too bad. So I'm getting ready to return to Indianapolis on Tuesday, so I will do my last video from here on Monday. Okay, so let's see. The first card that comes out for Saturday, this is interesting, is protection, something we were just talking about, right? And then tomorrow's card is ask for help. So the first card is protection. The fairies of protection are shielding you with a magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work. Also, I feel like this goes hand in hand with what we were talking about with the coronavirus, that you just need to really protect yourself and make sure that you're taking the precautions necessary. Maybe if you have older loved ones, that you want to make sure that you're not in contact with them if you even feel like you've come in contact with someone who might have been sick with the virus. The fairies of protection are forming a powerful ring of light around you or someone close to you, providing the extra boost of protection that's needed right now. If you're especially sensitive or empathetic, you might find yourself picking up vibes from places or people around you. These may include unpleasant vibes as well as good ones, and this is where the fairies of protection come in, because their ring of rainbow light acts as a protective shield from any unwanted energies. When we psychically open, we act as a beacon and can attract different types of energy. Some of these energies may be unwanted, so the fairies of protection remind you to use psychic protection when undertaking any kind of spiritual work or meditation, and will give you their own protection too. This card is also a reminder to make sure you're spiritually grounded, which can add an extra layer of psychic protection. A simple way to do this is to visualize a long tree root growing from the base of your spine and going deep into the earth. The protection from a fairy ring of rainbow light can give you more confidence during your spiritual practice and meditation. So if you need an extra layer of spiritual security, ask the fairies of protection to provide it. The fairies might also be nudging you to protect someone else spiritually or physically, but always ask permission before assisting anyone. It's important to remember that we all have free will and the right to choose whether or not we like any spiritual help. Okay, so this is interesting. I love the rainbow colors. Anybody who knows me knows that's my go-to for the chakra balancing. So I would just kind of close your eyes and visualize blowing an iridescent bubble around you and those you love and having them in that bubble of protection. Also asking Saint Michael to come in, because Saint Michael is blue, and he is actually who I use for extra protection as well. I always feel his wings come around me. So any kind of visualization you can do to add to your vibration rising, an extra layer of protection would just be beneficial to everyone right now. And I love how they use the tree root. I usually use a tail out of the end of my spine, going all the way into Mother Earth, and then wrapping my tail around a crystal that's kind of sticking out, so that I can feel grounded. But do whatever it is that you feel you need to do in order to feel grounded. It can be holding a hematite. It can be holding a black tourmaline. It can just be sitting, by a tree, under a tree. Whatever it is that you do that makes you feel grounded. Don't feel, these are just suggestions. You just do what your heart is calling you to do, and you'll be fine. Also remember, you'll always be at the right place at the right time. So being cautious is great, and being sensitive, we're all very sensitive right now, and we're especially sensitive to these energies. So we just really want to amp up our light, because as we know, any light you turn on in a dark room dissipates the darkness. So we want to accelerate our light so we can be a beacon of light and love for those that need it. Okay, so our next card for Sunday is ask for help, which I thought was interesting, because that's what that last paragraph on protection had said. We need to ask people's permission for help. So let's see what ask for help. Their angels, Angels are celestial beings who protect everyone, and the fairies say now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. So that just kind of goes along with what I just said about St. Michael, asking the angels to come in to help us as well. There are times in our lives when we need celestial assistance, and that time may be now. Angels are omnipresent, non-denominational beings who can be called upon for help by anyone at any time for any kind of assistance, from clearing congested traffic to fast healing after a medical procedure, or perhaps for this virus. Perhaps you're very independent and feel that you can sort everything and anything out on your own without help. Fairies, too, are generally self-sufficient creatures and can usually deal with any challenges that might arise. But on occasion, even the fairies need a little divine intervention and may ask for an angelic helping hand. It makes perfect sense. If we humans can call upon the angels, why wouldn't the fairies ask for angelic intervention too? This card may be telling you that an angelic boost would be beneficial for you or someone you know at this time. With this card, the fairies are encouraging you to call on a personal guardian angel to help you through any tricky situation you may be experiencing. The fairies will also sprinkle some fairy dust on you to give you some cheer and joy during challenging times, or even if you just need a fairy boost. Be aware that sometimes fairies are referred to as angels of nature or nature angels, but they're not celestial angels. The roles are very different from one another, though they sometimes meet somewhere in the middle. Remember, there are no rules, and that the angels are happy to work with fairies and humans alike when it's called for the highest good of all. Yes, so I would say to you that the fairies are considered like earth angels, but as you know, and anyone who knows me, the celestial angels are usually who I work with. But I love the fairy energies too, and this is a nice confirmation that the fairies use St. Michael, Raphael, Uriel, Gabriel, any of the archangels, any of our guardian angels. So just ask for help. Sometimes that's the hardest thing to do, is ask for help. And sometimes we unconsciously ask for help, and people reach out to us and say, are you okay? You ran through my mind and I was just a little concerned. So if this happens to you, you need to be accepting of that and gracious, right? We're learning to receiving love, receiving help. And also, you might be the one called upon to reach out to someone else who floats through your mind. I know that happens to me quite often. I will send a text randomly to people saying, "Are you okay? Because you popped into my head." I had that happen today. I guess I was calling out unconsciously, my little girl was, because I've had kind of a very interesting and challenging week. And my friend said, "Are you okay? I had a dream about you and I was worried that, something was wrong." So I texted her back and said, "No, I'm just fine. It's probably my little Donna saying, 'Help me. I need some help here.'" Just some extra guidance, extra love, feeling the love. I haven't been feeling well myself, so I'm trying to be on the mend and just really be there for myself first, and then my mom and my brother. So, I've been here almost 6 weeks, and it's just time for me to go home, and I'm looking forward to seeing my friends and my clients and just being back home. It's kind of been nice to be here, and I have enjoyed it, but I also am ready to get back to all of my friends and add a little fun time into my life. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I would appreciate that. And if you have any questions, you can certainly contact me through my Facebook page. That information is in the comments, and I would be happy to help. I do have some availability coming up next week and the week after for any kind of appointments. I do email, phone, Skype, as well as in person if you happen to live in the Indianapolis area. So just let me know, and I will be happy to help you, maybe give you some clarity and some guidance, and we can work together to find a plan of action going forward. Well, you all have a great weekend. Don't forget to add your extra layer of protection, and then ask for help where you need it. And I will remember these two for me personally. Don't forget, you're always on my Reiki radar, and I will see you on Monday.